Yeah, hello, welcome to FLaRp XL. Yeah, here's a quick run through of what it does. I'm not very used to doing tutorials, so this is going to be a bit weird. Right, so you've got the modes down the side. Off is off, doesn't do anything, passes MIDI through, like that. So yeah, off is off. Sequence is just going to play the sequence without any MIDI input, changing it or doing anything like this. Yay! Right, let's run through the sequencer a bit. So you got your triggers. These are basically where you want your notes to sound. So there's no triggers there now, so it's not going to do anything. So that's your triggers where you want to place your notes. This is your velocity, so basically how hard the notes are hit. Or you can link it up to other stuff like filters and that, which is what I like to do. Yay! Cool, next bit's the slide. This creates a note overlap, so you get that slide effect. So we put some in here. Yay! Yeah, quick question about the slides. You need to set the synth up to do it. And like on wavetable here, you got to set it to mono and set your glider mounts. The slide works with most synths in Ableton. It doesn't work with tension or analog because there's a bit of a bug with them, where they don't react to slide, or they don't react how they should to overlap notes, which is a bit weird. I contacted Ableton and they said it was a bug. Whether it gets fixed or not, I'm not sure, but yeah. Right, so there's your slides. This is your pitch bit. It's a bit cramped. I've tried to squeeze it in as much as I can. You've got your scroll thing here and you can zoom it in and out. So hopefully that's enough space. You got your adjustments here, so you can either pitch it up, hey, well, it shouldn't be going down. Okay, I'll sort that out. Okay, that shouldn't be doing that, but I'll sort it out. Yeah, or left and right. Sweet. You've got your loop points here, so you can set your loop points. Quick point, if you've set your loop points and it sort of goes out of sync or goes a bit funny, if you just click on your mode, it should reset on the next bar. Yeah, it just comes on with the territory when you have to set loop points and they go out of sync a bit. Sweet. So yeah, that's the main sequencer. Quick note about the sequencer. Let's pick an empty pattern. Right, so how this sequencer works is you put a note in and it will play that note and it will hold that note until it hits another note. So there's no duration settings on this. However, if you want to make that note stop, basically that note's going to play and hold down until it hits that note, when it's going to stop that note and play that note. If you want it to stop early, just put a trigger in, go on the velocity and then drag it all the way down. It should turn black, and that's basically sending a note off. So when you play it, so yeah, you can stop the note early if you want, or just let it hang till the next note. Yeah, it's just the way it works. This is the way that my original one works, and I liked how it worked. And yeah, so you don't have to faff around with duration if you don't want to. Right, so you got your speeds here. 32 double speed, 16 normal speed, 8 half speed. Simple enough. You got your direction, forward, backwards, forwards, backwards, Knight Rider type thing, and random. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Cool. Yeah, so that's sequencer. So that just basically plays a sequence without any MIDI input. Yeah, now let's cover the sequencer a bit. This is the pattern sequencer. So you've got like 12 different patterns with this. Each pattern can store its own sequence of data, loop points, speed, direction, and then you can sequence them in this. So on this pattern here, I've got this. Just that same pattern going forward, speed 16. On the next one, it's the same pattern, but we can set different loop points and directions and stuff, and it will save. And then we can sequence it in this. So these patterns here are corresponding squares here, and these numbers are for how many steps it's going to sequence for. So 16 steps is going to be 1 bar. So if we just put this first one in and turn it on and press play, it just plays that one. But then we can make it switch to a different pattern if we want. Let's reset that to 16. So yeah, you can do all of that with this. You don't have to set it as 16, you can change it so it goes shorter. Yeah, sure, it will just do one step if you just want to do one step. Or it can go up to 64 steps, which is 4 bars. Anyway, I'm not waiting for 4 bars of that. Right, yeah, so let's stick that down to 6. Alright, at the moment this is set to re-trigger, so every time it changes to another pattern or the same pattern again, it's going to re-trigger itself to start from the beginning. So if you try and watch that carefully, yeah, you can't really see it like that. If I put that down to 10, so every time it changes it's going to re-trigger back to the beginning. Which is good, but you may not want that if you just want to create some weirdness or ever evolving stuff. I hate that word evolving, but yeah, no, here we go. So yeah, how it works is as long as the playhead's within the loop points, when it changes to another pattern, it's just going to carry on playing from that point. Yeah, so you can get some really cool stuff. This is pretty funky. Right, so this pattern is just this. Oh, hang on, sorry, turn that off. So this pattern is just 2 steps long, just picking a random stepper and then playing it. And this is the same pattern, but it's going backwards, playing for 7 steps. This is getting a bit complex, but hey, this one's going forward, and that'll play for 7 steps. So what this is going to do is going to pick a place at random in the middle, and it's going to go that way for 7 steps. It's going to pick another place in the middle, and it's going to go that way for 7 steps. That's with the re-trigger option off. So if I show you, yeah, so you can come up with some pretty weird stuff. If I put re-trigger on that, it's just gonna, you'll see the difference. So yeah, if the playhead falls in between the loop points when it changes to pattern when re-triggers off, it's just gonna carry on playing from where it last left. You get this weird parting effect, which is quite cool. Anyway, back to this. Oh yeah, I might as well show you this as well. So we have the random function on this as well. So that's just going to, instead of going through the steps in order, it's just going to pick one at random and then play it. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, so you've got your pattern sequencer, you've got 4 different banks, so if you've got different variations you can sort them out. Yeah, right, back to the good stuff. So this is our pattern. Actually, turn that off. Right, let's speed this up because this is getting a bit longer than I thought. Key mode. So key mode's exactly the same as sequencer mode, except incoming MIDI notes is going to change the key. Should have had that MIDI monitor out first, but hey, this isn't planned. Cool. So yeah, the key changes the pitch. Middle C is 0, C3 is 0, and as you go up, it either increases the pitch or it decreases the pitch. Awesome. as well as pitch, it can change the velocity as well. You've got this velocity mod slider here. So incoming velocity, if it's hard, if it's like loud velocity, it will increase this. Hang on, I've got this tweaked down. So hard hits is going to increase the velocity. You've got this overlay which shows you where it will play. And really soft hits is going to really decrease the velocity. Cool. Yeah, it's a bit tight on this velocity. If you need like better resolution, there's that little arrow there. It gives you like a full length thing to edit. So yeah, key mode, incoming notes can change the pitch, incoming velocity can change the velocity. We also have a CC sequencer on here, which I forgot to mention. So it can output a CC value. I normally leave this on 1, which is the modulation. But yeah, you just press that and it brings up a few options. I'll go through these at a later time. Basically, the ones you need to remember are off, which means it won't output a CC. Sequencer means it'll output its CC data. And this is a CC number if you need to change it to something else. Yeah, I just leave it on 1, which is modulation, which most of the Ableton stuff can receive and be assigned to whatever. But yeah, this has the same thing as the velocity mod, so that incoming velocities can change the amount that the CC will output, which is cool. So yeah, that's key mode. Cool. Right. Re-trigger mode. This is the same as key mode, except the sequence ain't going to play unless you hold down a MIDI note. And when you press a MIDI note, it's going to re-trigger the sequence from the beginning. Like that. So yeah, you can play it like an arpeggiator or something. I've got really bad latency at the moment because I'm using a driver which has got really crap latency just to record this video, and I can't really show you exactly how it works, but there's another video showing how responsive it is. It's pretty responsive. Yeah. Cool. We've got some other options with that. Trigger note off. Basically, when I release the MIDI note, it's going to send a note off message to the synth, so it'll stop the sound straight away. Which is pretty cool. If you don't want it to stop and want it to hang, which you might do, it sounds pretty cool. This was originally a bug, but I thought I'd leave it in because it sounded pretty cool. Yeah, you can turn that off. Ignore that one for a minute. That's a bit, yeah, just ignore that one. It's also got a latch option, so if you don't want to hold the notes down, physically hold them down, you can turn that on, and you just have to press it once and it will latch on. Cool, yeah, so that's re-trigger mode. Sweet. Continue mode. It's the same as re-trigger, but instead of starting at 1 all the time, it's going to start where it left off. So if you start there and it stops there, and then you press it again, it's going to start from there. So I'll try and show you that. Hang on, let me turn latch off because it's still playing. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So when you push the note and hold it down, it's going to carry on playing. If you just want to advance it one note at a time, there's this handy note option here called one trigger on or off. So if you turn that on, even if you hold the note down, it's only going to play one note. Like so. There's quite a few Max for Life devices that already do this, but I thought I'd add this in. Yeah. So that's that. Next mode is random. So random's like the retrigger mode, but instead of starting at 1, it's just going to pick a place at random and then play the sequence through, providing you're holding the note. So like so. Yeah, pretty straightforward, I think. Cool, so that's random. So that's most of them covered. You've got your swing here as well, I've got to say that. So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, so that's about it. I mean, there's other really complex stuff you can do with this, like have 2 of them and then this one feeds MIDI into this one, but I'll have to do another video on that. Yeah. So yeah, you saw it carried on from playing in the middle when it changed to that bar. That's because retrigger's off. If I switch retrigger on, yeah, pretty cool. What's this one? Here. Yeah, so that's about it. Any questions? Fire a comment. There's a lot going on this, so there's probably 1 or 2 bugs I've missed. Maybe more than that. So yeah, it's gone on a bit longer than I thought. Covered everything. Oh, you've got note to pattern here. If you switch that on, the bottom octave of your MIDI keyboard will change your patterns. If you wanted to do that. Cool. That's about it. I'll probably do some more vids showing some advanced stuff that I've been messing with, but yeah, it's pretty versatile this, so you can do some pretty funky stuff. Oh yeah, take that off. Cool, right, I'm sure that was the most useless tutorial in the world, but yeah, I'll try and do a better one at some point, but I'm not really used to doing this sort of stuff. So yeah, enjoy.